So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
I'm now joined by Jared Beck, who is the counsel for the plaintiffs in the DNC fraud lawsuit. And Jared Beck landed on my map when he produced a video and shared it on social media requesting for witness protection for people that are serving as witnesses in the DNC fraud lawsuit case. I'm now joined by Jared Beck. Jared, I want to start the interview talking about that video. We've got a lot of things to cover, but I want to start the interview talking about that video. You made this video. You requested the judge provide witness protection to the people involved in the DNC lawsuit, the fraud lawsuit, and you actually heard back from the judge, and he would not give you the counsel. He would not give you the witness protection you requested. What drove you to producing that video? What made you want to request that protection from the judge?
Well, from the outset of this case, the case has been marked by a series of very disturbing and concerning events, starting with the unexpected death of our process server, Sean Lucas, who originally served the DNC at their headquarters last year, and then weeks later was found dead on his bathroom floor by his girlfriend. We've also had the murder of Seth Rich, who very well might have been a potential witness in this case. And that's even not even getting into the issue of whether or not he was the source of the WikiLeaks documents.
Hey everybody! Don't worry, the video's not over yet. I just wanted to break in real quick for an Operation HAL Info Warrior update. Many of you thousands of Operation HAL subscribers are passionate patriots. We can tell because of the comments that you leave in the comment section. But America needs more than just passionate comments from anonymous subscribers. America needs info warriors who are willing to spread information. Believe it or not, us patriots, we are beginning to win the info war. We are on the march and the enemy is on the run. They never anticipated this explosion of social media. The bad guys who are behind the scenes attempting to destroy our republic, they didn't realize that platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook would give voice to those of us who haven't been fooled by the fake news, Project Mockingbird, CIA-ran media. Patriots like you and me now have a level playing field to take part in the war for the soul of our nation. And the good news is, we don't even have to use guns. We can simply use our home computers and laptops, just like I'm doing right now. In fact, the Operation HAL YouTube channel has reached over 73,000 unique individuals just this month. So if you want to get off of the sideline and onto that playing field, we at Operation HAL want to help. We have helped over 18,000 individuals just like you learn how to create and distribute content online. It doesn't matter if you're a novice with computers or a pro. Operation HAL is willing to train you for free in our simple techniques that will allow you to have a voice in our nation. So if you're interested in our free online training, you can email me, Mackenzie, at operationhal@gmail.com. Send me a brief description of why you want to join the info war, and make sure you put in the subject line, I want to be an info warrior. As soon as we get your email, we will contact you back with further instructions. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
And so because, you know, Seth Rich, as everyone knows, was a DNC employee, fairly high-level employee who was involved in data analysis. And so for the purposes of our lawsuit, which alleges that the DNC rigged the primaries against Bernie Sanders and in favor of Hillary Clinton, he would have been a very, very material witness. So those are just two of the disturbing events that happened shortly after we filed the lawsuit last year, after the Guccifer 2.0 documents came out. And then More recently, we've had a series of concerning events happen closer to home here in South Florida, where the attorneys are located. We had a very strange call that was made to our office, which showed the number for Debbie Wasserman Schultz's office in Aventura, Florida. Now, we don't know who or what was behind the actual call, but we've been told at this point that the matter has been referred to the Capitol Police for investigation. We've also had threats made to counsel. We've had, in the course of those threats, the name of a federal prosecutor by the name of Barrington Wisenet invoked, and he was found washed up on the beach in Hollywood, dead. And this is not only Debbie Wasserman Schultz's home district, but this is the court where the DNC fraud lawsuit is pending. So we've had a series of very, very, very concerning events, and that's what prompted us to file the motion that we filed with the court.
So there's the waterfront from Jared Beck. Again, he is the counsel for the plaintiffs in the DNC fraud lawsuit. And I want to go back to the Debbie Wasserman Schultz thing for a second, because this is key. One, it's, if I recall correctly, they tried to call your office and pretend it wasn't them. Is that accurate?
Well, we don't know who or what was behind the call. What we do know is that one of our employees received a call, and the caller ID showed up upon further investigation. It was linked to Debbie Wasserman Schultz's office in Aventura, but the caller was using some type of voice recognition or voice masking technology to disguise the voice. So it sounded very, very robotic to our employee and very, very concerning. And they were asking a whole series of questions about the DNC fraud lawsuit. And so we immediately brought that to the court's attention. And this was even before we filed the motion for protection with the court.
And Debbie Wasserman Schultz has been up to some other shenanigans as well. She's been threatening people that have been looking into the Seth Rich murder, threatening people that are doing the investigation into the DNC lawsuit, then the strange phone call that you had. And then yesterday, or I think it was Wednesday, she came out and accused James Comey and Jay Johnson of perjury. Huge accusation coming from Debbie Wasserman Schultz. See, she seems to be losing it right now. She might be a weak link in the entire facade that I think is being orchestrated right now, that revolves around these three deaths, which prompted you to request the judge in this case to provide witness protection. Let's go back to Sean Lucas for a second now, because I've thought more about this, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, because Seth Rich has been kind of the focal point. And I think that's because with Seth Rich, it's, you know, it looks like cold blood murder. You know, the picture that was painted by the media is that, you know, he's basically shot dead in the middle of the street. Now, that's not exactly what happened. It turned out he was shot, and then he was actually still conscious when he was taken to the hospital, and then we have no idea what happened to the hospital or what hospital he went to. You can get into that too. But I'm curious, with Sean Lucas, there hasn't been as much attention with Sean Lucas. What do you think is going on with or is there an investigation into the death of Sean Lucas? This is the man that served Debbie Wasserman Schultz in the famous YouTube video. Why do you think there hasn't been much talk or much investigation into Sean Lucas's death?
Well, I'll tell you what we know in terms of facts, and then people can draw their own conclusions. After we received news of Sean Lucas's death, and, you know, people have to understand that Sean Lucas was not just the process server in this case, but he, like Seth Rich, was also a, sorry, that's my phone, he, like Seth Rich, was a potential witness in the case, because at the time that he was found dead, the defendants were contesting service of process as being valid. And so when that happens, and this is a very, very unusual motion to be seen filed in a lawsuit where the defendant actually contests service of process. But when the defendant files a motion like that, the process server becomes a witness. And so he was not just a process server, but he was also a potential witness in the case at the time he was found dead on his bathroom floor by his girlfriend. And so we got in touch with the DC police, which also had jurisdiction over the inquest into Sean Lucas's death. And what we learned from the DC police after much communication back and forth was that an examination or an autopsy was conducted. Although we've never gotten access to the autopsy, we did get access to a summary, I believe, of toxicology that was done as part of whatever autopsy was conducted. But there were 3 different substances found in his body at his autopsy. And you know, I'm not a medical doctor, but we've been told by many people, including people who say that, you know, they're doctors and that they you know, have experience with this kind of stuff, and they told us that this is a very unusual combination of substances, and that there is something unusual about this report. But that's all we know about you know, the facts surrounding Sean Lucas's death.
If you're interested to learn how to create content and spread content, we'll show you how. Go to the Operation Hal YouTube channel, click on the About button, and then click Message. Send us an email. If you want to engage, become an info warrior, we will train you up.
If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon below the video to get notified when the latest new content drops.
Keep us in your prayers. We get a lot of resistance for putting these videos out, but to Yahweh be the glory.